Good morning everyone, lovely to have your company. Let's namaskar, Taipa Kundalini and put ourselves into Bandha. Jai Shri Mataji. Okay. To start us off this morning, I was looking through the mantra book and I thought I'd just read this out before we play Mother's three great mantras. It says, know the name of your mother is very powerful. You know that it is the most powerful name than all the other names, the most powerful mantra. But you must know how to take it. With that complete dedication, you have to take that name, not like any other. I'll do the three great mantras.
Shri Mataji, Shri Mataji, Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat, Shri Karti Sakshat, Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Mataji, Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat, Shri Karti Sakshat, Shri Swami Moksha Pradayini Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devi, Namo Namah. Shri Nirmala Devi, Namo Namah. Shri Nirmala Devi, Namo Namah. Shri Nirmala Devi, Namo Namah.
You got this. May God bless you all. May God bless you all. May God bless you all.
Let's do a mantra to Shri Ganesha. Om Tvameva Sakshat, Shri Ganesha Sakshat, Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devi, Namo Namaha. Putting our left hand, keeping our left hand towards Shri Mataji's photo and our right hand on the ground. We'll say the prayer to Shri Ganesha. Shri Ganesha, I am going to be worthy of your attention. Please make me innocent so that I am in your attention. Shri Mother, you who are Shri Ganesha, please give me wisdom and discrimination. Jai Shri Mataji. So I thought what we'd do this morning before we start Mother's talk is that we'll just do the 3 mantras to the 3 granthanies, the knots of illusion. So the first knot is created by attention becoming entangled with matter and materialism. It starts from Muladhara, moves up the left channel and creates superego. By its action we lose sight of the spirit. To overcome it, we should put our attention on the spirit and not on worldly matters. So it's Shri Rama Granthani Vabhayani. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Brahma Granthani Vabhayani Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nimala Devi Namo Namaha. The second one, Vishnu Granthani, the second knot, is the one by which we think we can do something and achieve something in this world. The more we think and strive and live with our ambitions, the more its actions move up the right side and creates ego. Human beings cannot break the second knot. Only God can do it. So here we must respect ourselves and surrender ourselves to God. So, Shri Vishnu Granthani Vabhayani. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Vishnu Granthani Vabhayani Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nimala Devi Namo Namaha. Rudra Granthani, the third and last knot, occurs on the central channel due to artificiality and seeking. We have to be truthful and honest in our seeking, absolutely on the truth. We are seeking the Spirit to become one with the Spirit, and all our attention should go on the Spirit and should not be frittered away on nonsensical things. The Shri Rudra Granthani Vabhayani. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Rudra Granthani Vabhayani Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nimala Devi Namo Namaha. If you respect yourself, expression of yourself must be respected. Tell your body to behave itself, tell your mind to behave itself, and tell your emotions to behave itself. Jai Shri Mataji. This is a talk from 1985. It's called Mental Projections Give Us Illusions, and it's from San Diego, version 2.
Somebody talks about compassion. we believe he's very compassionate, he's very peaceful. But compassion does not speak. It is silent. It acts. It works. So, one has to understand that to get to truth, to get to reality, one has to cross the barrier of mental activity. Unless and until you understand this simple point, it's going to be difficult to give realization to people. This is the basic trouble in the Western countries, that they think they can conceive truth through their mental projections. And that's why they have many types of truths. So how do we achieve it? How do we conceive it? What is the way? How did we become human beings? From amoeba. Scientists must ask this question. How did we become? And why did we become? What was the purpose? Why nature worked so hard to make us human beings? Is there any purpose of our life? We have not achieved our purpose. It's something in transition still. That's why there is confusion. There is confusion because we live on relative terminology, relative world. We are not in the absolute. Everything becomes absolute when you feel it on the central nervous system. Now the confusion also comes because we always accept something that comes to us very new. Anything new. We want to jump into it. Anything new, we see, try it, why not? If you say, why do you do it? They'll say, what's wrong? We are seeking God, we are seeking the truth. We must go to hell even if it comes as true. Maybe. Anything new we try. But not in our lives, we don't do that way. When we have to discover something about anything, say about electricity, we do not just try something new, but what we try through the knowledge of the past, through the tradition of finding it out. We try to find out how far it has gone and where have we to reach. But in spirituality, we want to try everything that is new. And the shopping starts. Because we have not known what is the truth. Like somebody told me in Pune that there are some people who are very sick, group of people, very learned people, very sick. They are suffering from high blood pressure, cancer, they are suffering from heart troubles and diabetes, very serious patients. And they are all seekers. I called them, I said, what's the matter with you? Why should you suffer? They said, we have a guru. I said, if you have a guru, there's more reason you should not suffer at all. Why? Why is it? So they said the thing is, you see, the name of the guru was one Mr. Gulwani. Names are also very funny of these people, I must say. But he said, this gentleman, that there's something called Shaktipat. I said, what is that? I've never heard. There's something called Arunopai, Tarunopai. I said, I've never heard of these things. From where does it come? It's not in the Vedas. It's not in any Puranas. Even Adi Shankaracharya has not described it. Nanaka has not talked about it. Kabira has never said anything. And of all the persons, Gyaneshwara, he never mentioned it. What are you talking about? So they gave me a book which was written 70 years back by some madcap, I think, giving some new ideas. And all of them are mad after it without finding out. And they are saying that when the Kundalini is awakened, people get the heat, they become mad. In that book it was written that people start jumping like frogs. Imagine. Are you going to become now frogs? I don't know what happens to logic when it comes to religion. It's very surprising that those educated people in India should forget all that was written about Kundalini, all that was said about self-realization, from ancient times, one after another in an evolutionary way, and suddenly take to something so stupid as that. Like a tree grows, a seed. Through the living process becomes the tree. And suddenly you jump onto a plastic flower saying, oh, this is something new. It has no relevance whatsoever with the tree. You may tie it up to the tree and say, oh, that's the flower coming out of the tree. This is one of the biggest nags in the seeking of the seekers of modern times. I came that time, long time back, and I warned people, be careful. I didn't know this kind of madness was going to come up. But I felt there's something funny about that. So somebody comes and turns your Agya Chakra, you start seeing light. It's an experience. It's just a sensation it is. What have you become? If you can see the light, then you are not the light, definitely. What have you become is the point. I feel very nice, good. Is that the thing you were seeking? What do you expect to be? So first of all, we must understand that your seeking must be relevant to what has been sought before in every seeking. Let's take Christ. They don't like to take his name these days. It's become so funny. Thanks to all the religions that were created out of these great incarnations on this earth. Whether take it Hinduism, Christianity, everything just the same. So what did he say? He said, you are to be born again. All right? So they put a certificate, born again, self-certified born agains walking around. And when I said that, 4 or 5 of them got up with a Bible in their hand to hit me. And I just felt like laughing and really laughing at them. By hitting me, are they going to become self-realized? Are they going to be reborn? You must face the truth as it is. If you want to avoid it, it's very easy. But this is the last chance. Human beings have learnt many things but has forgotten one thing. That every time we have missed the truth, let us not miss it again. So Christ said, you are to be born again. Nicodemus says, that means should I enter into the womb of my mother? Because after all, Nicodemus was a Roman. Indians won't ask such a question. They know what it is to be born again. But after all, a Roman gentleman, you see. So Christ explains, whatever is born of flesh is flesh. You have to be born again by the Holy Ghost. Who is the Holy Ghost? What did he mean? Christ was allowed to exist somehow or other for 3.5 years only. What is 3.5 years amongst ignorant people? What can you explain to them? What can you talk to them? I came here 72. Four years I was struggling with 7 hippies in London. What could Christ do? How could he tell you what was the Holy Ghost? Kundalini is the Holy Ghost. Reflected within. That's the Holy Ghost, which is to be awakened spontaneously as a living process. And as a living process, you have to become something just like a flower becoming a fruit. Transformation has to take place. In Sanskrit language, they call a bird as Dvijaha, and also a Brahmin, the one who has known the Brahma, the one who has felt the all-pervading power, is also called as Dvijaha, meaning born twice. But an egg becomes a bird. It's not some self-certification like we are Christians, like we are Muslims, like we are Hindus, or we are the twice born, or whatever you may say. And we are quite satisfied with this self-certification. And we accept. All right, so I am this, I am that. You are nothing but you are the spirit. That's what you have to become. Becoming is the point. It's not a mental projection, an illusion. But the becoming is important. And how do you become that? What do you do about it? Simple question. What did you do to become a human being? Did you cut your tails? No, you did not. You became spontaneously with a living process. What is that power which has worked out this process of our evolution? And the same power is going to trigger that last happening where you become the spirit. Let us accept very humbly that this is what the nature has to do. But if you say it is effortless, they can't believe it. How can it be? You must stand on your head. You must run for 5 miles before becoming a spirit. Or all kinds of other things. I don't know what other things people can do. Jump like a frog, maybe. But a simple thing is to be understood, that living process take place spontaneously. How? How does a seed grow? The Mother Earth has the capacity and the seed has the innate quality. And when you put the seed in the Mother Earth, it sprouts. You don't stand on your head for that. Or do you pay any money to the Mother Earth? Poor thing doesn't understand your money part. And then you say you cannot take any money, which is really irrelevant. It's a big joke, you know. You are paying for your self-realization. Just I can't understand. I'm too naive to understand this part of the marketing. Then they say, no, how can that be? You have to pay for everything. And you have to pay for your self-realization. By the way, how much did you pay to become human beings? And to whom? So one must first of all understand that it's a spontaneous living process which has made us human beings, and the same living process is going to make us the spirit. And when that happens, there has to be a transformation within us. And the transformation of wiser people, saner people, normal people, healthier people, and not stupid, nonsensical people.
I will post that talk after this morning's meditation. So let's just collectively meditate together. Let's finish with the last of the three great mantras. Om Tvameva Sakshan Shri Kalki Sakshan Shri Sahasrara Swamini Mokshat Pradayini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Thank you very much for joining this morning. I'm just going to put on some music, so if you wish to continue silently, turn the volume down. Otherwise, enjoy the music for a little bit. Jai Shri Mataji. Thank you very much for joining. Lovely, as always, having your company and vibrations. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Jai Shri Mataji.